Hello, everyone, and welcome to our unofficial Tom Ford Tuesday, where, on Tuesday, we dedicate to Tom Ford beauty. In today's video, we are going to be trying out Tom Ford's newest eye quad. This is Desert Fox. We're going to create a couple of looks. And let's see. I also have the new Emotionproof Eye Primer. Yes, I have been waiting for a product like this. Let's see what they're all about. Let's go ahead and get started. So Tom Ford released two eye quads, one of them being this one, the Desert Fox, that we're going to play around and create a couple of looks with today. And the other, I didn't pick this one up, but hey, it's Jacqueline, did a full review and demo with it. I'll link it so that you can check it out. So today, let's create a couple of looks from this palette and let's test out the new Emotionproof Eye Primer. This is said to create a flawless canvas for any of Tom Ford's iconic eyeshadows. Offered in one universal, perfectly pink hue, the quick-drying, long-wearing veil enables a smooth application while locking shadows in place for 24 hours. Smudge-proof, crease-proof finish that will enrich color's vibrancy. The primer is said to give a blurring, soft focus effect and a second skin texture. Now that all sounds quite lovely, doesn't it? I think so. I really like how sleek and classic Tom Ford the packaging is. And if you're curious, why yes, it is. Exactly the same as the Emotionproof Concealer. For today, we'll more so focus in on how it actually applies to our lids and then how shadows look as far as vibrancy and such. I will definitely update you the more I use it. So as you know, it is Tom Ford Tuesday, so the whole face that is already applied is all Tom Ford. Everything we talk about today will be listed and linked for you down below in the description box. So I'm going to give the primer a little quick shake, and then I'm going to apply it to one eye. And let's see if we can notice a difference just by vibrancy and if I can notice a difference on how it makes my lids look. I love how the little applicator looks like a little foot. But that flat surface does really allow you to apply the product nice and precisely. So let's see. Yeah, it definitely has a color to it. So just keep that in mind. Just going to use my finger as I normally would to blend her in. As we can see, we do have a little bit of a tint on the lid that we applied the Tom Ford Emotionproof Eye Primer, as described, a little pinky hue. I think it went on and applied and blended into the lid, rather easily and nicely. Claimed that it was going to smooth the lid a little. So far, so good. Let's just put it that way. So we're going to create a couple of looks. We're going to do something soft and wearable, something a little more dramatic, and then we're going to really take it there. So let me start off with our softer look. I'm first going to be going into this lighter of the two brown shades. I'm going in with a very soft, fluffy brush, very lightly patting and picking up the product. So I'm going directly in the crease with that and just blending. Bringing it ever so slightly into the outer eye and just continuing to blend. I will say this is the eye with the primer, so I'm noticing that as I'm applying, I am not getting any stickiness or any skipping. It is blending on quite smoothly, so no issues there. Now with that same brush, because it's nice and fluffy, I am going to go into this golden shade and we're going to apply that to the lid. I'm just pressing and rolling to pick up product, tapping off the excess. And this I'm going for with this brush because I want a nice light little wash of color on the lid. Ooh. And now with that same brush, I'm going to go into this lightest shade, pack a little product on the brush, tap off the excess. Now I'm just cleaning off my brush on a microfiber towel. Same brush. I'm just going to lightly blend the edges. And that look is done. I'm gonna apply a couple of coats of the Tom Ford Badass Mascara. Going in with the Chocolat in the waterline and mascara on the lower lash line as well. And here's our first look. I have to say, it was quite quick and easy to create, and I really feel nice and pulled together and polished. And who doesn't love a pretty gold? I know I do. Let's create another soft, easy, everyday wearable look. I'm first going to start off with the lightest shade, and yes, I'm going to be using that same exact brush. So I'm just going to go ahead and pick up and pack that color on my brush. Now this is the eye that's not primed, so I'm just going to put this on my lid. Picking up a little bit more. I'm going to go into the darker of the two browns and apply that on the outer portion of my eye. I'm now just going to retouch my lid shade. I'm now going in with that Chocolat, and I'm going to do a little baby wing. Listen, we love convenience. Got a little sharpener. Here we go, like so, like that. And now we're a little pointy. And now a couple of coats of the Badass Mascara. Let me put a little something on the lip, and I'll be right back. Now, the first two looks that we created are very soft, but they're very soft and pretty and wearable. These are looks that I would want to create on a daily basis. Very much let me get a lot of use out of the palette. That's the best part of these type of color stories. You want to use them almost every day. So what I'm going to do now is come back and we will create another look and we'll make it nice and bold and a lot of fun. So this time I went ahead and primed both eyes. Let's go ahead and do a nice fun dramatique look. That is what I love most when I share these quads with you, is the ability to share very realistic looks, but then take it there, have some fun with it, and show you that yes, it's only 4 colors, but you can get quite the amount of use out of your palettes and create fun looks. So let's go ahead. I'm going to start off with the darkest brown shade. Going in with my fluffy brush. I'm going to apply that all over my lid, and then I'm going to bring that into the crease as well. I'm just building up on the lid. Now that I've packed it on the lid, I'm just going to blend it in my crease. Color placement's where I'd like it to be at the moment, with a more fluffy brush, and I'm going to go into the lighter of the browns, and we're going to blend these harsh edges with that shade. Going into the lightest shade for a little brow bone highlight. Going into this darkest shade, Let's start working on the lower lash line a little bit. And then into the lighter brown. And then now we're going to go into the golden shade, and that's going to be our inner highlight. And then I'm going to quickly clean up those sides of my eyes. Got a little messy, I got a little excited, I got a little carried away. And also touch up my brows. I went ahead and applied a pair of Chandelier Lashes in the styles Lumiere. And on my lips, I'm wearing my Gloss Luxe in Inhibition. Yes, we have a new one. I was so proud to have finished and completely scraped clean my previous one. If there are any particular shades that you love in the Gloss Luxe formula, comment them down below. I'd love to try a few new colors. I personally love a warm, smoky eye look. And this one was just a little bit more fun because I have that nice little pop of gold on the inner corner. And you know, I was feeling a little fun. I did a little double wing. This one's a little different than this one, but hey, it was an attempt. It's very subtle, so it doesn't matter. So when it comes to the Emotionproof Eye Primer, I like it. I think it applied on the lids quite easily. My shadows blended very nicely. I kind of like the tint. It's growing on me. I have been more so using eye primers that just blend in and don't give much of a tint, but it is nice because personally, on my skin tone, I can use the tint to my advantage to not have to go in with a brow bone highlight per se. That's kind of like, you know, a thing for me. We'll continue using this, trying it out with other formulas and other eyeshadows, and I will let you know how it goes. But so far, I think it's a pretty good eye primer. Let's talk about Desert Fox. Now, I feel that a color story like this is going to appeal to the masses. It's going to be a very wearable, realistic type of color story. And with sharing multiple looks from this palette, you can see its versatility. You can go from a very soft, easy 1-2 done to stepping it up and being quite dramatic, you know, for the days you're in that mood. But for me personally, I don't own Coco Mirage, Mink Mirage, those other quads that are very warm, very brown. I don't have them. But I do know for a fact that Honeymoon will be mine this year. You guys did it. You guys broke me. For the longest time, I thought I didn't need it, but I need it. But anyways, so because I don't have those palettes, I needed this one. I think the color story is very realistic. I know I'm going to get a ton of use out of it. And yes, you all know this is not my favorite or first choice formula when it comes to Tom Ford. I am a wet dry formula girl. This actually performed quite well. It blended nicely. The pigmentation was there. I was able to use, where's my brush? I was able to use pretty much one brush to create majority of my looks. And it was a very fluffy brush. This is a natural hair Chanel brush. It is very, very old. Very old, 10 plus. She's, you know, she's old faithful. If I was to choose between a wet dry and a regular formula, I'm choosing the wet dry, but this is a nice palette. Well, I'm happy to say these 3 matte shades and this one shimmer from a more so basic palette, warm palette from Tom Ford. I like it. It's beautiful. And as you can see, I think it performs quite well. But I definitely want to hear what you think. Comment down below. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me on our unofficial Tom Ford Tuesday. Now don't forget, in 2021, our goal is to get Tom Ford Tuesday to become the official Tom Ford Tuesday by getting it recognized by Tom Ford Beauty. So please share this video, like this video, and thank you again so much for hanging out with me today. Stay beautiful, guys. I will see you next Tuesday. Bye.